Sorry, my friend E46, you've now been replaced. Hi everyone, Roger here from Ask Car Experts YouTube channel, and I have this beautiful Z3 here in my garage. The E46 is outside and put to rest. I'm going to throw a cover on that as I continue to part her out. Although, I might be able to steal some parts to repair this Z3 right here. Let me give you a synopsis of what's happening with this car. It has about 84,000 miles on it. It is an automatic. It is a convertible Z3. It's in very, very good condition. The body looks great. A few dings and a few rock chips to be expected considering this is a 2000 vehicle. But somebody really cared for this car, and I did meet the owners, and it was their baby for many, many years. Unfortunately, they had a failure, and I'll show you that in just a second, which led to a major catastrophe in the engine. All right, let's pop the hood. So on a Z3, the hood release is actually over here on the side, right there. So this is what happened, and it is an M54 engine, and you can see right here, his wife was driving the vehicle and they had a failure of the upper radiator. It blew out right there, and she didn't have any place to stop, so it took her a bit to find a safe place to pull over, which led to an engine failure. So what is going on with this car? You might wonder what a failed head gasket looks like. I'm going to show you in just a second. Let me go ahead and start the car. So I got the car started, and there's actually exhaust gases coming out. You can see the smoke right there. The exhaust gases are coming out of the cooling system. So, unfortunately, that's a major problem. The 6-cylinder M54 engine is an amazing engine to own. I've seen vehicles with over 300,000 miles and they just consume a little bit of oil, which most BMWs do anyways. This engine should have had a long life still at only about 84,000 miles, but because it was overheated, the common thing that happens is the block, because it's aluminum, actually weakens from the heat. The head bolts can actually pull out, and then you lose your tension in your head gasket. Now that's best case scenario because I can repair that using something called the Big Time Cert kit. However, I can't fix it necessarily if the block is warped. So I have to remove the head and check the block for warpage. I need to check the head for warpage. I'll probably send it out anyways to a machine shop just to get planed and make sure everything's nice and straight, and then put an oversized head gasket on it. Hopefully all of you will be excited to join me through this process as I bring this Z3 back to life. It's like a perfect car for me on one side and Zion on the other, right? I don't think Zion's going to be allowed in this car, unfortunately, but my wife and kids are definitely excited to take it for a drive once I get it up and running. So right now I'm in the hole about $800, and I paid for the bill, which was the repair bill. It did cost about $70 to rent a U-Haul and get it home. So I am about $870 in, we'll call it right now. The value of the car, I'm gonna estimate from $6,000 to $7,000. It's like my lift was made for this car. This is so funny. So that's the highest my lift goes. So I could max it out because this car has such a low profile. Pretty awesome. So let me show you why I feel this car is worth what I paid, which wasn't really much in the scheme of things. Tires are okay, you know, suspension, look, he's got actually new shocks in the back. Springs are in good condition. It's something that stands out on this car compared to the E46 that I've had for a while. It is rust free under here. They garaged this car, so this shock is not leaking. The rear diff, nice and clean. All of the mounting points are all nice and clean. Wow, right? Look at this. There's no rust. There is no rust on anything under here. Like tiny superficial, right? That's nothing. Right? Looks like they may have lost some plastic here, not a big deal. But just look how beautiful it is under here. Let's take a look at the exhaust. Now look at this. So the exhaust on the E46 was destroyed and somebody actually had to weld it. This, I could probably spray that, let that soak in a little bit of heat, and that's going to come right off. Because I got to take this exhaust off so I can start taking the head off. Let's take a look up here in the front. The shocks look great. Motor mounts, yep, all looks good. And it's kind of funny, right? It's like most BMWs are leaking oil. Yeah, I mean, there's very, very superficial. This is actually the least amount of oil I've seen on a BMW in a long time. So the rack looks good. So everything under here really is in excellent condition. All I have to do is fix the engine. Well, and the radiator, and some hoses, and some probably miscellaneous items that I'm going to need to replace also, and some transmission fluid. But in the scheme of things, this is going to be an awesome project. Well, everyone, I hope you're as excited as me to get into this project. I'm going to try to do full videos on the whole process so you can see from start to finish how this is going to be done. Again, I'm just crazy excited about this and to share it with all of you. Please remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let me know what you think about this project. Love to hear from you.